In this lesson, we will learn the basic of recursion. A recursion occurs when a method keeps calling itself until an endpoint. Then the method begins to call back until the start. All recursive method must have an endpoint. If not, the method will have no end and the program will run until it hangs. This is a non-recursive program that prints 1 to 3. It uses a for loop to achieve the task. Next, this is an example of using recursion to print 1 to 3. The method print to 3 calls back itself until an endpoint occurs to achieve the task. Next, let's trace through the recursive program. In the main, the program calls print to 3 and pass in 1. In the method, it will first test for the endpoint. Since the endpoint condition is true, it enters the if block codes. Next it will print n, which is 1. Next, it call back itself and pass in n plus 1, which is 2, to the next method. Then it goes into another copy of the same method. First, it will check for the endpoint condition, which is true. Then it prints n, which is 2. Next, it call back itself and pass in n plus 1, which is 3. Then, it goes into another copy of the same method again. It will check for the endpoint condition again, which is true. Then it prints n, which is 3. Next, it call back itself and pass in n plus 1, which is 4. Then, it goes into another copy of the same method again. It will check for the endpoint condition, which is false now. Since the recursive call has hit the end call, backward call operation starts. It will goes back to the previous copy of the method, which is print to 3 with input 3. So now, it just returned from print to 3 with input 4, and we are back to the method print to 3 with input 3. From here, it goes back to the previous method, which is print to 3 with input 2. Now, it just returned from print to 3 with input 3, and it is in the method print to 3 with input 2. From here, it goes back to the previous method, which is print to 3 with input 1. Now, it just returned from print to 3 with input 2, and it is in the method print to 3 with input 1. From here, it goes back to the previous method, which is the main method, and the program ends. Practice time. Pause the video and code this program. A recursive program must always have a valid endpoint. In the above example, the endpoint will always be true. Thus, this recursive program will have no ending point. The program will run until it hangs. The advantage of using recursive is that the codes are usually shorter and elegant. However, it might be difficult to understand and debug. We might end up in an endless recursion situation. Recursion also require more runtime memory as compared to non-recursion.